Kareem right here. Today we have Mr. Pedro Araujo, who is the CEO of Brandit Digital Media Services, which own Scouting System, Tactical Soccer, and Tactical Boards. Mr. Pedro, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Kareem. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. So can you just take us back in time to, when you got involved into the beautiful game?
So our company was founded in 2007, and basically until between 2007 and 2011, we create software and apps for pharmaceutical companies, insurance companies, banks, things like that. And we work a lot with CD-ROMs and music CDs, because CD in 2007 was something that still exists at the time. Now people don't buy CDs anymore. And in 2011, we got a phone call that changed the path of our company forever. So we were challenged by José Mourinho, the famous coach, still the best coach in the world for me, to develop Mourinho Tactical Board in 2011. So that was our first software product related with soccer, with football, as we say in Europe. There's and the first product was Mourinho Tactical Board. Luckily, that was developed at the same time that the iPad was being launched. So suddenly, Mourinho Tactical Board and the iPad were trending in terms of software, because we were the first ones to think in something to help coaches to coach, to create the plays that they want to reproduce during the match, some tactical help. And this was created with the best coach in the world. So we had a lot of hype in the press all around the world. Strangely, United States, Canada were the countries where we had more feedback. And immediately in 2012, we start a very good cooperation with NCAA, that now is known as the United Soccer Coaches on the United States. At the time, the CEO was Joe Cummings. And immediately we developed a Mourinho Tactical Board version specifically for the US market, because as your audience knows for sure, there's some different things about the soccer, the US soccer landscape and the European soccer. So our relation with soccer started there in 2011, 2012. Then we were challenged by Real Madrid to create a scouting platform. And that was the first step of what now we call Scouting System. So Real Madrid was the first client of Scouting System. Then we start working with Monaco, with Sampdoria in Italy, with Nike in Germany, and now we have a lot of clubs all around the world working with us, and specifically with Scouting System. And also we have a lot of clients on tactical soccer. So and the majority of our clients are from the United States and from Canada on tactical soccer, and that is something that we are proud of, because I believe that when we start visiting and traveling to the United States in 2011, 2012 was a personal bet that I made on the US market. And a lot of people were saying to me, United States, it's not a soccer nation, forget about it. And I insist. And I think that now I really believe that was a good strategy, because we are happy with our path during this already 11 years working with soccer.
Wow, that's amazing. That's without knowing that the 2026 World Cup would be hosted by Canada, US.
Yeah, I know.
And the
It's exciting for us because we work with the Canadian Premier League, with the CPL, and of course it's an exciting time to see Canada, United States, and Mexico organizing a World Cup that I hope to attend, and I hope to see Portugal against United States on the final.
yeah, likewise. You mentioned Mourinho, very well known around the world. How did you get in contact with him?
It's it's a small world, and Portugal is a very small country. For a US citizen, it's probably it's awkward to know that we only have 9.5 million inhabitants, so probably more or less like New York, or even less than the city of New York. I don't know, but it's a very small country. So, and when you are talking about football, it's even a smaller niche. And as you know, the Portuguese football is very well developed in terms of training, players, technical staff, and everyone. And by luck, I'm from the same city. I born and I was raised in the same city as the former José Mourinho assistant coach. So the guy knew me as a computer guy, let's say, but I'm not a computer nerd, but he knew that we were developing some touching screen things back in 2011. That was a very niche thing in 2011, developing for touch devices. And he called me and said, "Hey, listen, do you have something for soccer? We are working in something. Probably it's a good idea to have a coffee." And was like that, because he knew me from the high school, because we are from the same city. We are more or less the same age. So it was so because we are from the same city and we went to the same high school, it was more or less easy to call me and say, let's grab a coffee and talk about what you are developing for touch screens and the idea that we have to help coaches in terms of preparing training sessions and matches. And was like that. Probably I was on the right place at the right time, and we met for a coffee. And 3 days later, I was in Madrid for a meeting, and then everything starts from there. Of course, I believe that we did a great job, because it's not because I know someone that things happen. The quality was there, and the product was really good, because we are in 2022, and until yesterday we are still selling. There are still people buying a product from 2011, 2012, and we ask people not to buy that since 2017 or 2016, because the product is obviously is updated, is dated, is not updated, and we have much better product that is tactical soccer. It's much better. It's more developed, but still sells because of its simplicity, design, and it's very easy to operate. And that happened because Mourinho and his staff were asking us something simple that works, and I think we were able to deliver that.
Nice. Would you do you want to go? Do you want to share your screen and like show the platforms?
So tactical soccer, it's a much more comprehensive product for everyone than Mourinho tactical board, and it's more recent, of course. Um, you can know more on visiting our website at tacticalsoccer.com, and I'm also it's there's a free trial, so it's possible to download and to test it, or to just go to the app stores and acquire them through the app store. But it's possible to have a demo. There's also a lot of information in terms of exercises that we weekly load on the system. So I believe I can show an example here: ball possession exercise, so that you can see on your screen. Also, it's possible to request a demo account very, very easily. And in terms of pricing, we have a lifetime license with a $99 price, individual license by $9.99 per month that you can cancel in any moment. Okay, so this is not mandatory to have it for 1 year or something like that. And of course, it's possible to work in group accounts between 2 and 5 users, 6 to 10 users, and over 10 users. And this will be less expensive, of course. And it's funny because you can share exercises and everything with your colleagues from other or from the same team, from your staff, or from other teams. So, and also we have scouting system. Scouting system is to scout. So there's a lot of different versions because we customize our scouting system to our clients. So we have very a lot of different clients, as you can see, in terms of countries and clubs and leagues and federations and agents. And each one of the scouting platforms is different. So because basically you can customize almost everything. Then we have a scouting system for the agents and agencies. There is more targeted to the business side of scouting. It's a different platform. And then we have scouting system talents, that is a more basic app, less expensive, and it's ideal for amateur teams and small organizations. So you can compare all the features on our website, and you can read about some case studies from our clients, like AS Monaco, Lille, the Canadian Premier League, Braga, Cal South, Nike, and of course you can ask for a demo with us, and we will do it as soon as possible, because we have a lot in our agenda every single day. So, but I believe we'll be fast for sure. Okay, so I will stop my screen.
Yeah, thank you
Okay,
for sharing
thank you.
with our viewers. I recently, I apologize for this time. I don't have a plan with Zoom, but recently, Pedro gave me a demo. Went through a demo with me with the scouting system, which was really cool. We're looking to use it for One Soccer Nation for what we're about to do. We're in the process of acquiring a USO1 team, so it was nice to go through. And we currently have a demo account, so thank you, Pedro, for that.
You're welcome.
And before we close off, like, you know, you have a lot of experience in the game on the tech side. What was
Mhm.
the biggest challenge that you faced in creating these softwares?
We have developed more things than scouting system and tactical soccer. These two are our products. So the challenges is there, but is probably wasn't the biggest challenge we have. We for in 2017, we together with the Portuguese League office, we created and also with Samsung, we created a smart watch for the referees, and that and with match organization involved, and it's an official uh, thing for the referees, and that was probably a big challenge because, as you know, it's referees, it's rules, it's involves a lot of situations. So if you allow me to share my screen again, I
Absolutely, yeah.
can give you, as you can see, we created this for the Portuguese League office. Let me change to English. I believe that I have it. Yeah, I have it in English. So, and this was a huge challenge. So as you can see, it's working here. So I think the best is to see the video afterwards.
Yeah.
But this was a game changer because until 2017, everyone was using pen and paper to match organization and to the referee reports, and this was a game changer. We spent 1 year and a half developing, testing, developing, changing, speaking with referees, speaking with match officials, speaking with club presidents, speaking with technical directors, sports directors, involve a lot of things, a lot of people on the game. But now we are in 2022, and the Portuguese League office still use our match organization system, and that is something that we are proud of because the Portuguese League probably is the fastest one giving match events, the starting 11s, a referee when and the match ends. The report is automatically sent to the federation and to the Portuguese League. So a process that after the match usually took like 2 hours, since 2017 takes 10 minutes. And this was massive for the referees, for the match officials, for everyone. And that probably was in terms of soccer projects, this was the one that was more challenging, in my opinion. But of course, we face challenges every single day because we spoke with clients from all around the world, and even today I had a meeting with a Saudi Arabian club that, of course, the needs that they have are different from a club from the United States or a European club, and we need to be flexible. And but we have a very good development team. So and I'm happy because we until now we were always able to deliver. So that's the most important.
Nice. Before we dive into wait, actually, I'm interested to know who came to you in regards to this project. Was it the league, the referee
Well,
association?
yeah, it was the league that want to solve this 2 hours and a half after the match, because this was too much. Sometimes I don't know if you have this in your mind, but right now we are speaking and there are teams playing, and here it's 9:30 in the evening. So the match ends at 11 p.m. and your staff stays in the stadium written writing a report until 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. It's not good for anyone. And this was, and on a single weekend you have the first league, the second league, the League Cup. It's a lot of matches, a lot of people, a lot of staff, a lot of hours, man hours, working hours, paper and paper and paper. Each report had 17 pages. Okay. With this process, now takes 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and zero paper. There's no paper at all. So the referee has a smartwatch and a mobile phone. The match officials have one tablet. The clubs have a login that they can log in on their laptop, desktop, whatever, in the stadium, and that's it. Everyone does their part. We combine all together in one single report, and that's it. So this was, but the first step was the league that asked for our cooperation on this project. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing software. What league was this?
It's the Portuguese league. It's a professional league, of course. It's our first league and second league.
Yeah, that's amazing. Are you guys able to sell the technology to other leagues around the world, or is it just only?
That's what we do. Yes, we present already this to other leagues all around the world, and there's some interest in doing something similar. And we are here to do it. I'm sure.
Yeah. No, this is really cool. I like learning about new different spaces. That's a part of the game, right? This is the software side of the game that I don't really get to
Yeah.
tap into, and I appreciate you, Pedro,
Yeah.
for taking the time for joining us on the podcast to learn more about this. And it's really cool. With saying that, I know we have a minute 30. I want to ask you some fun questions before we come off. Even though I do have a lot more questions, I know you're a busy person.
No worries. I have time now. It's 9:40, so no problem.
Okay. So there's speed questions. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite team to watch?
FC Porto, I must say.
Yeah. And is your favorite sport football?
Yes.
Who's your favorite player?
That is a tricky thing because I had the pleasure to work with my childhood hero. That was Maradona. So I was part of my company developed the website for Diego Maradona. So and I met him and it was incredible. And we also work for Cristiano Ronaldo, and of course I'm Portuguese, so I must say Maradona, Ronaldo, and probably Pele, all in the same level.
Yeah. So Pedro, Messi or Ronaldo?
That it's at the same time easy and difficult. To be honest, I had the pleasure to met both to see both play. Of course, I'm biased on that because Ronaldo is Portuguese. I'm Portuguese. My company work for Ronaldo for a lot of time. Um, they are completely different players, as everybody understands and everybody knows. Messi is magic. Ronaldo is work and a lot of talent also. I don't get it how people say that Ronaldo hasn't talent, is work, 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 and Messi has talent and don't work. I don't buy that. Ronaldo works a lot, of course, but also has a lot of talent. Messi has a lot of talent and also works for sure because it's a mix of work and talent. Otherwise, we don't achieve nothing in life. Uh, uh, we are so lucky to be able to watch them play for the last 12 years. That I believe that I don't have a favorite between Messi and Ronaldo. If I must do a choice, I will say Ronaldo because it's from my country and it's totally biased.
Yeah, and plus you worked with them, so it's really biased.
Yes, completely, totally.
What about your favorite food?
That will be fish, Portuguese fish.
Favorite artist musically?
Radiohead.
Yeah. Or what about your favorite song?
Sorry.
Favorite song?
That depends, you know. My kids yesterday, I have 3 kids, and my kids yesterday, we were driving from Porto to our house, like it's a 45-minute drive, and they look to my Spotify list, and I have a list of favorites with more than 800 songs. So I don't have a favorite song. There's a I used to be a musician, so it's a problem because I have favorite musics for favorite occasions. So it depends on the mood, depends on the day, on the occasion. But I I love a lot of funky 70s stuff, Led Zeppelin. Um, Foo Fighters. It's my always a nice thing to listen to. Loud driving. Radiohead, of course. Portishead. A lot of things, different things.
And I guess the last one would be, you create software. So, what code do you use to create these softwares?
Listen, I don't. I'm not the guy in front of the computer coding. But we work in a lot of different softwares. So I'm very lucky to have a staff, to have a team with me that is very flexible. They love to learn and they work in a variety of different platforms for iOS, for Android, for desktop. It's incredible. So I don't have a favorite. It's the one that is more effective for our client request. So
Hmm.
it's always our approach.
I guess the last question before I close off here is, how did you build your team?
That is a interesting question. So our I try to go always with the ones they the ones that don't feel so accepted in other places, you know. So that guy that is a computer nerd. It's a and went to the best university, but then he gave up on during the course because school was not for him, because he found that was that's the guy that I want. The designer that went to before study became a musician and traveled the world, and the guy that doesn't fit anywhere, that's the one that I like. So of course you can't have a team of probably the word in English is misfits. The yeah, the made with guys that don't fit or that think out of the box. It's like to have a soccer team with 11 Mbappes or 11 Messis. Doesn't work. You need to have organization. You need to have structure. You need to have a very well organized team of staff, and then you need a very creative designer, a very creative guy to code, and I do always one thing that I love, that is I get everyone involved in the projects. Even there's someone that the job is to answer the phone. It's on the kickoff meeting. It's there to give some ideas and some thoughts, because it's the way that we work.
Yeah. And how do you? I know I said last question, but how do you how do you manage all this? How do you manage your team?
do you know the juggler, the guy that? So it's difficult. I must say, I'm doing this we start in 2007. We are in 2022. It's hard. Some days it's really hard. I travel a lot. It's a challenge, but when you do things with a purpose, with something in your mind, something that you want to build, you don't give up. You go and go and go, and we already had acquisition proposals from bigger companies, from software companies, and financially were very interesting for me, but it's not the it's not the target. So yeah, to be honest, some days are more difficult than others, but then you get that client that you want, and you forget about everything. So
yeah, no, that's amazing. All right,
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Was this your first podcast, or you?
Probably yes. In English, yes.
Oh wow, awesome. That's cool.
I'm sorry, but it's English, as you know, it's not my first language. I try to. Sometimes I'm thinking on the right term to say, but I hope was good for you.
Yeah, no, English is very good. Before we go, Pedro, before we go, I want to thank you for taking the time for joining us.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure always. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Kareem. Take care. Have a nice day. Okay.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.